Jive 5 Jeff from 2 Hacks Garage. Well, as you saw the other night, Micah and I were taking care of a lot of the little things that do really add up and take time. One of the things you saw us do was sand the firewall again and also the fenders. We had previously primed this, turned out good. However, we weren't exactly 100% happy the way the texture was on it, so we sanded it smooth, and we're going to shoot it again along with the fenders. We want to do that and get it just right, so when we go to put this body back on, the firewall's painted and the inner fenders are painted. It's going to make this thing a whole lot easier down the road when this thing gets painted. Everything in the engine bay will be completely done, ready to go. But we just want to make sure that this is going to look nice. It's going to have a nice smooth finish. So we went ahead and, like I said, sanded all that down. So today, basically what we're going to be doing is a little bit more prep work on this. We're going to get primered again. So when we go to paint this, it's going to be smooth, it's going to look nice, and it's going to give this engine bay a really good look. So with that, guys, we'll see you soon. Well, check this out, guys. Micah went ahead and did 2 coats of primer on this. It is an acrylic lacquer primer. You do have to mix it. As you saw earlier in a couple of videos, we did prime this before, but we decided to sand it down. We didn't like the texture. It was an older primer that Micah had, and we didn't like it. So we sanded it down and cleaned it. Micah shot 2 wet coats per the directions. You could actually do 1 to 3. He chose to do 2, and the coverage was really, really nice. We'll go check out the firewall. All right, well, here's the firewall. Laid down pretty good. Lots of good coverage on there. Tedious, taping all this stuff off, but, it laid down very smooth. The previous primer we used kind of had a little bit of a gritty texture. It would not have allowed for a smooth paint. So yeah, looks a whole lot better. I think it turned out great, and we will see you in a few seconds. Well, we're gonna call that for a wrap today. Got everything we achieved, or set out what we achieved today, which was getting things prepped, getting things primed, 2 coats. It is an acrylic lacquer in black. One of the reasons we went with the black is we're going to be using a color that's factory to this for the engine bay. That would be a little bit too light for like a gray primer, so it'd be kind of hard to see. Like I said, we're not experts. So we went with a black primer, so when we lay down that factory gray-ish paint, you'll be able to see it better. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this dry, and the next part of this, what we'll have coming up here pretty soon, is we're gonna lay down some color on this thing. Like I said, the reason we're doing it this way and not the whole truck at once is because we want to get this cab onto the chassis. So in order to do that, we need to get this painted along with the inner fender wells, put it back together, drop it down there, start putting things together. Idea behind that is we want to make this thing functioning under its own power and start doing everything to make it basically a driver, if you want to call it. And then from there, we'll finish that cab corner and then we'll paint the truck. But with that, guys, the next video you're going to see is laying down some paint, and fingers crossed, it's going to turn out just as good as this did. See you tomorrow.